arts don't thrive anywhere unless there's a place for artists to create, perform, and exhibit their work.
Reno, I don't know if it ever had a rich history of building magnificent buildings. So we really have to cherish the ones that we have.
I pinch myself every time I look at the outside of the building and think what an incredible thing we did.
Go into the dark dungeon.
It is the dark dungeon. Okay, well, let's just talk a little bit about what ArtSpace likes to achieve and what your design aesthetics hope to help us do.
Okay.
Fundamentally, it looks bad, but
cosmetically, it's bad. It's a tough shape.
But there are a few good qualities.
When we're done with demolition in here, you'll be able to stand anywhere on the floor. And you'll be able to see the entire floor. We're going to take everything out.
You know, the rule of thumb here is to try to create big, broad, bright, open spaces. Clean, simple finishes, and hope that the artist essentially take it from there. The spaces will really come to life.
I think the spaces come to life like a year after the artists move in.
There's a good concrete floor under here. We'll just keep that. We'll paint it out and leave it. It's great because artists are messy, you know, and they want to be able to paint and splatter on the floor and put a new, you know, fresh coat of paint on it,
yeah.
clean it up once a month and call it a day.
And the nice thing about the shape of the building and the design of the units is every unit on each floor, almost every unit on each floor has a corner of the building. So you'll get windows that kind of pan the whole corner. The views will be great. You either get the views of the mountains or the river or downtown and whatnot.
The part of me that enjoys arts development, there's also a part of me that really likes historic preservation and this whole adaptive use concept. You know, historic preservation without a vital reuse it doesn't work, ultimately. So the whole idea of finding a really good, viable reuse for historic structures is what I think we do and hope we do. You know, what's neat about the building is that it will be one of the most significant historic buildings in downtown Reno. And it has a history that is so distinctly Nevadan, you know?
Exactly.
You know, in terms of there was both a casino and it had this sort of odd divorce hotel thing. And those are uniquely
you won't get it anywhere else. Yeah,
you know,
only
historical experiences. And they're down here on the end. You can sort of see them through this door and window. See how they sort of cut across the opening here.
I mean, for years this building's been a casino, and so they boarded up the windows downstairs or bricked them all in. Right. So they really kind of destroyed the whole historic fabric of it. You got to go back to the black and white photos from the 20s and early 30s to see what the original building looked like. 'Cause most of us around here have never seen it, you know. So that's, I think that's where we're going to get the flavor of the building. That's where everybody's really going to enjoy, especially with the art gallery downstairs. I mean, that right there on Virginia Street is going to be really nice.
Right, I think so too. Able to get ArtSpace logo to my scheduler?
I need to talk with somebody at ArtSpace and just approve that.
Once in a while when we're taking dictation, because we're not that's not my job.
Right.
We get a little sidetracked.
But you do it very well. Can I get a copy of those as well?
This?
Send them to me,
Or-
the copy of the notes
Oh,
as,
yeah.
as you create them.
If the owner doesn't have a problem with that,
I am the owner.
She is the owner, so I want to be sensitive to that. So yeah, if we can,
not a problem. What our MO is, what I like to do is I like to get them as they come, because if we take care of it and we're knocking it down as we go, if you don't have a problem with that, I think that's the best way for us to go. So if it's 5 days now and it ends up being 2 weeks, because there's so much involved here.
Well, I hear you. I know that makes you more comfortable, you know, in terms of getting the days right away as they go. But the thing is you'll end up costing you a lot of money if you take the days, and then you will happily smile and say, gee, we're done closer to our original date anyway, a month ahead of time.